You ever think about how much the internet has changed how we learn stuff?
Yeah,
Like
totally.
online courses and stuff?
All the time,
It's wild, right? It's not just like a fad either. It feels like it's here to stay,
for sure. And, it makes sense. There are a lot of benefits to learning online.
right?
Yeah.
Like no commute, no
Yes.
set schedule. You can learn at your own pace.
Yeah. And it's way more affordable than traditional education.
So today we're diving into how to create and sell online courses
It can be a really great way to make some extra money.
or even a full-time income. We're going to be using this awesome guide from blogwidow.com. It lays out everything step by step.
And what I find really cool is that it's not just about like the tech stuff. It's
Yeah.
really about figuring out what you're good at and how to share it with the world.
Right. So let's start with step one, figuring out your niche and expertise.
Okay, so let's say you're passionate about fitness.
Right.
You can't just create a course called fitness. That's way too broad.
Yeah. People are looking for specific solutions to their problems.
Exactly. So instead of fitness, you could do something like strength training for beginners.
Or yoga for back pain.
Yeah, right. See how much more targeted that is.
It's way more appealing to someone who's actually searching for that specific thing.
And it makes your marketing way easier.
Okay, so we've got our niche figured out. What's next?
Research. You got to know your audience.
Who are these people? What do they want?
What are their pain points? What are they struggling with?
The blog widow.com guide says a great way to do that is to join online communities
Facebook groups, Reddit forums.
where people are already talking about these things.
You can see what questions they're asking, what they're frustrated with.
You could even do surveys.
Right. Get direct feedback from your potential students.
And it's also a good idea to look at what your competitors are doing.
Not to copy them,
Right.
but to see what's working.
What are they covering? What are they missing?
It's really about finding those gaps and opportunities.
Right. Like the guide uses the example of a graphic design instructor.
They were teaching Photoshop, and they realized that a lot of beginners were struggling with layers and masks.
So they made sure to focus on that in their course.
And it made the course so much more valuable for those students.
Okay, so now we know our niche and our audience. The next step is to choose our course format.
How are you actually going to teach this stuff?
Video lessons, text-based modules, live webinars.
It really depends on what you're teaching and who you're teaching it to.
The guide says video is great for visual learners,
Like for a photography course, you can actually see how to frame a shot.
or edit photos in real time,
But if you're teaching something more conceptual,
like writing or coding.
text-based modules might be a better fit,
And then there's the hybrid approach,
combining different formats.
like using videos for the main lessons, and then text summaries and quizzes for reinforcement.
And don't forget about live Q&A sessions.
Those are great for building community and answering specific questions.
So once you've figured out your format, it's time to create your course content.
Step 4, structure and syllabus.
This is where you map out the entire learning journey.
You want to break your course down into modules or lessons,
Each module should focus on a specific topic,
and you want to build on the knowledge from previous modules.
so that by the end of the course, the students have a complete understanding of the subject,
The guide suggests starting with a strong introduction.
where you introduce yourself and lay out the learning objectives.
Then you dive into the modules.
And each module should have a mix of different content types.
Video lectures, text readings, quizzes, assignments.
You want to make it engaging and interactive.
Keep people coming back for more,
And finally, you need a strong conclusion.
where you summarize the key takeaways
And encourage the students to take action.
to use what they've learned in the real world.
Like the guide gives the example of an online writing course.
They break it down into modules on character development, plotting, and editing.
Each module has videos, exercises, and quizzes,
It's all laid out in a clear and easy to follow way.
so that even someone who's never written a novel before can feel confident about getting started.
Okay, so now you've created this amazing course. Where do you put it?
Step 5. Choosing the right platform to host your online course.
There are a lot of options out there.
Some are more user-friendly than others. Some give you more control.
The guide mentions a few popular ones.
Like Teachable.
It's super easy to use, especially if you're doing video-based courses.
It has everything you need to create and sell your course.
Quizzes, certificates, payment processing.
Then there's Udemy.
It's a huge marketplace with millions of students.
But they take a cut of your sales.
And they have some pretty strict rules about pricing and promotions.
If you want more control, you could go with Thinkific.
It's more customizable, but it's also a bit more technical.
And then there's always the option of hosting your course on your own website.
Using WordPress and a plugin like WooCommerce,
That gives you the most control.
but it also requires the most work.
You have to set everything up yourself.
So it really depends on your needs and your technical skills.
Like the guide gives the example of a yoga instructor.
They use Teachable to host their online classes,
They have different levels of classes: beginner, intermediate, advanced.
and they use Teachable to manage subscriptions and payments.
It's all really streamlined and easy to use.
Okay, our course is hosted. We're ready to go. Now we need to get some students.
Step 6, marketing.
How do we tell the world about this awesome course we've created?
This is where a lot of people get stuck.
They think, if I build it, they will come. But that's not how it works.
You have to be proactive. You have to get out there and promote your course.
The guide recommends starting with email marketing,
Build an email list by offering a free lead magnet.
like a mini course or a checklist.
Something valuable that people will be willing to give you their email address for.
Then you can send them regular emails with updates about your course.
Special promotions, useful content.
Keep them engaged and interested.
Social media is another great way to promote your course.
Use platforms like Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn.
Share behind-the-scenes content. Highlight student success stories.
Run contests and giveaways.
Make it fun and interactive.
And don't forget about SEO.
Search engine optimization
Make sure your course website is optimized for relevant keywords.
so that people can find it when they're searching online.
And you can also collaborate with other experts in your field.
Guest blog on their websites. Do joint webinars.
Leverage their audience to reach new people.
Like the guide gives the example of a freelance career course.
They offer a free ebook called 5 Tips to Land Your First Freelance Gig.
It's a great way to generate leads and build their email list.
Okay, we've got students coming in. Now we need to figure out how much to charge.
Step 7, pricing.
This can be a tough one.
You want to make your course affordable.
But you also want to value your time and expertise.
The guide suggests considering a few different pricing models,
You could do low-priced courses,
which are typically shorter and more introductory,
or you could do premium courses.
which are more in-depth and comprehensive,
And you could even do a subscription model.
where students pay a monthly or annual fee for access to all of your courses.
It really depends on what you're offering and what your target audience is willing to pay.
Like the guide gives the example of a cooking course,
A basic beginner's course might be priced around $50 to $100.
but a more advanced 12-week program with live coaching.
Could easily be priced at $500 or more.
Okay, you've launched your course, you're making sales, now what?
Step 8, engage with your students and build a community.
This is so important.
You want to create a positive and supportive learning environment.
Where students feel connected to you and to each other,
The guide recommends using a variety of tools for this.
like discussion forums,
Live Q&A sessions.
private Facebook groups.
You can also offer one-on-one coaching or mentoring
It's all about going above and beyond
to make sure your students are getting the most out of your course.
and to build those long-term relationships.
Like the guide uses the example of a photography course
They created a private Facebook group for their students.
where they can share their work, ask questions, get feedback.
It's a great way to foster community and keep people engaged.
So that's it. That's how to create and sell online courses.
It's a lot of work.
But it can be so rewarding.
You get to share your knowledge with the world
Make a difference in people's lives.
and earn a good living while doing it.
If you've got expertise to share, I highly recommend giving it a try.
The blogwidow.com guide is a great place to start.
Now, for you listening, what's something you're passionate about?
What could you teach others?
How could you turn your knowledge into an online course?
It's a really exciting opportunity.
Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.
See you next time.
Bye.